here's how I made this fantasy world in just 10 minutes. For quite some time, I've had this core concept of a sword that has a god chained within it. And so, making use of this concept, this is what I came up with. I begin this project by coming up with an evocative name. From there, I move on to the tone and atmosphere section and use the spider chart to figure out what my genre is going to be. In this case, it ended up being dark fantasy. From here, I move on to choosing the narrative voice, the dominant season, and the color palette for the story. From here, I create my core theme using the Exordium theme formula, and after that, I use the one-paragraph pitch formula to create my one-paragraph pitch. From here, I just went ahead and did a little bit of work on the calendar section, just so that there's something a little bit unique about the world. I added a couple of constellations from the constellation template section, added a couple of special days, couple of special stars, etc. From here, I moved on to the cosmology and creation section. Now, this is where I put in a lot of my time because the big core of the concept has to do with the cosmos. So because I am time limited here for 10 minutes, I think it is key that we really focus in on the things that are integral to the story. So as you can see, I defined the true creation story using the Exordium true creation story formula. I named the era and set the current year. And for the remaining sections, I used Exordium templates for Zoroastrianism, Christianity, and Sethian Gnosticism. From here, I move on to the divine hierarchy section where I can lay out the true gods that exist in this world, so the actual beings that exist. So within our concept, we have a god who is chained inside of a sword. So this concept brings about two questions, and they effectively answer themselves. Who chained him, and why was he chained? So in truth, this world is fundamentally dualistic. We have Erebus, who is the god of light, and Sarbog, who is the god of darkness. From Erebus comes one single spirit, and this spirit is eternal alongside him. He is effectively divine, but he is still learning. And from Sarbog comes forth 6 individual archons, and from one of those archons comes forth a demon. Now, that demon incarnates in the physical realm alongside the spirit. And so he is the core enemy or the core force going against the spirit. Now, from these two gods also come forth forces. So from Erebus comes the light, and then from Sarbog comes the darkness. From here, I move on to defining the planes of existence. So I went with 4 planes of existence for this world. In this world, the only real race is going to be human, so I just added human from the Exordium template, and I'm now moving on to religions and pantheons. Now, for this story, the only real defined religions that I need is the religion of Erebus and the religion of Sarbog. So Sarbog would be obviously the very widespread, the very well-known religion, and then the religion of Erebus might be held only by the spirit that was emanated by Erebus, or perhaps a couple of priests or something like that who have been selected by Erebus. But for the most part, it's going to be a very small religion. Now, there's also going to be other religions, and this is where the template feature in Exordium comes in super handy, because all we have to do is utilize religions that already exist, and we're done. From here, I start generating and editing up some maps. And I do end up coming back to this and doing a bit more of a Atlantis style thing where a continent sinks. But before I do that, I just went in and added some ethnicities. I wanted to add a language as well that only Erebus and his emanated spirit will understand. The language tool in Exordium is excellent for this because all of the phonology and everything is just right there, and it takes like 2 seconds even if you know nothing about languages. And here I finally went back over to the map and added a couple of snapshots, and I'm just drawing in this Atlantis-style continent that ends up sinking. So this is the result of that little challenge. If you're interested in Exordium, you can download it right now for free at the link in the description.